He is known for being one of the greatest social scientists of the Middle Ages. He is recognized for being the father of historiography, sociology, economics, and demography studies. His name is Ibn Khaldun. In the bustling streets of 14th-century North Africa, a brilliant mind emerged. Ibn Khaldun, an Arab sociologist, philosopher, and historian, was destined to become one of the greatest social scientists of the Middle Ages. Known as the father of historiography, sociology, economics, and demography studies, Ibn Khaldun's intellectual prowess captivated the minds of scholars and thinkers across the world. Born into a time of intellectual curiosity and exploration, Ibn Khaldun's thirst for knowledge was nurtured by his family. They recognized his potential and encouraged him to delve into various schools of philosophy and arts, embracing a holistic approach to understanding the world. Ibn Khaldun's insatiable eagerness for learning led him to write his most renowned work, the Muqaddimah or Prolegomena, in just 6 months. This masterpiece would go on to influence Ottoman historians centuries later, providing invaluable insights into the growth and decline of the Ottoman Empire. Ibn Khaldun's intellectual contributions were not limited to the Middle East. Europe took notice of his profound ideas, comparing them to influential philosophers such as Machiavelli, Hume, Hegel, and Kant, as well as economists like Ricardo and Smith. It became evident that Ibn Khaldun's theories had laid the groundwork for many of their ideas. Even in the modern era, his influence extended to Islamic thinkers and unexpected realms like Reaganomics. As we delve into the life and works of Ibn Khaldun, we witness a remarkable journey of a philosopher who shaped the course of history. Join us as we uncover the philosophical concepts and revolutionary ideas that made Ibn Khaldun an enduring figure in the annals of intellectual history. Ibn Khaldun, a renowned philosopher and historian, was a man of Arab descent with a remarkable lineage that he traced back to the Arabs of the Arabian Peninsula. In his autobiography, he proudly declared, "And our ancestry is from Hadramaut, from the Arabs of Arabian Peninsula, via Yl ibn Hujr, also known as Hujr ibn Adi, from the best of the Arabs, well known and respected." Born in Tunis in 1332, Ibn Khaldun hailed from an upper-class Andalusian family who had migrated to Tunisia after the fall of Seville to the Reconquista. Despite his family's political background, his father and grandfather chose to withdraw from political life and follow a mystical path. Tragedy struck the family when Ibn Khaldun's brother, Yahya Khaldun, a historian, was assassinated for being the official historiographer of the court. Ibn Khaldun's autobiography not only shed light on his lineage but also provided insights into his personal journey and philosophy. While some scholars have questioned his Arab origins due to his criticism of Arabs, others argue that his unwavering attachment to his claim during a time dominated by Berber dynasties is reason enough to believe in his Arab ancestry. As a philosopher and historian, Ibn Khaldun's philosophy holds relevance even in our daily lives. His emphasis on understanding one's roots and heritage reminds us of the importance of knowing and appreciating our own cultural background. By recognizing our roots, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Furthermore, Ibn Khaldun's story teaches us the significance of embracing diversity and respecting different cultures. His lineage, stretching back to the Arabs of the Arabian Peninsula, highlights the interconnectedness of civilizations and the richness that arises from cultural exchange. In a world where identity and heritage are often contested, Ibn Khaldun's philosophy encourages us to embrace our own heritage while valuing and respecting the diverse backgrounds of others. By doing so, we can foster a more inclusive and harmonious society that celebrates the contributions of all cultures. Ibn Khaldun, a renowned philosopher and historian, once reflected on the cyclical nature of his life, stating, "My life will recur in exactly identical fashion." Born into a family of high rank, Ibn Khaldun had the privilege of receiving a classical Islamic education in Maghreb. Under the tutelage of prominent teachers, he delved into the study of the Quran, mastering it by heart, as well as Arabic linguistics, hadith, sharia, and fiqh. With certifications in all these subjects, his knowledge was vast. However, Ibn Khaldun's education did not stop there. He was introduced to mathematics, logic, and philosophy by the esteemed scholar, Al-Abalai of Tlemcen. Delving into the works of influential thinkers like Averroes, Avicenna, Razi, and Tusi, Ibn Khaldun expanded his intellectual horizons. This broad range of studies equipped him with a deep understanding of various disciplines, allowing him to approach his philosophies from a multidimensional perspective. At the age of 17, tragedy struck Ibn Khaldun's life. Both of his parents fell victim to the Black Death, a devastating plague that swept across the region in 1348 to 1349. This profound loss would shape his worldview and propel him towards a path of introspection and analysis of the human condition. Driven by family tradition and a desire for a political career, Ibn Khaldun navigated the treacherous political landscape of North Africa. He quickly realized that success in such a tumultuous environment required astute skill in forming and breaking alliances to avoid being caught in the downfall of short-lived regimes. His autobiography reads like an adventure, filled with tales of imprisonment, rise to the highest offices, and subsequent exile. Ibn Khaldun's political career began at the age of 20 when he landed a position in the chancellery of the Tunisian ruler Ibn Tafrikan. His role as Katib al-Alama involved writing the introductory notes of official documents in exquisite calligraphy. However, Ibn Khaldun grew dissatisfied with his respected but politically insignificant position. His dissatisfaction led him to follow his teacher Abulai to Fez after the Sultan of Constantine, Abu Ziyad, defeated Tunis in 1352. In Fez, Ibn Khaldun found himself appointed as a writer of royal proclamations by the Marinid Sultan, Abu Inan Fair's Eye. However, Ibn Khaldun's ambitions and scheming nature led him to conspire against his employer. His actions resulted in a 22-month prison sentence in 1357. Thankfully, upon the death of Abu Inan in 1358, Vizier al-Hasan ibn Umar granted Ibn Khaldun his freedom and reinstated him to his previous rank and offices. Undeterred by his previous missteps, Ibn Khaldun continued his plotting, this time against Abu Inan's successor, Abu Salam Ibrahim III, with the help of Abu Salam, the exiled uncle of Abu Salam. Ibn Khaldun's efforts paid off when Abu Salam came to power and granted him a ministerial position, finally aligning with his ambitions. However, the fall of Abu Salam resulted in Ibn Khaldun receiving no significant official position, much to his disappointment. Determined to find a place where his political skills would be appreciated, Ibn Khaldun decided to move to Granada. He had previously helped the Sultan of Granada, Muhammad V, regain power from exile and knew he would receive a warm welcome. In 1364, Muhammad entrusted Ibn Khaldun with a diplomatic mission to endorse a peace treaty with the King of Castile, Pedro the Cruel. Ibn Khaldun successfully carried out the mission but declined Pedro's offer to remain at his court. In Granada, Ibn Khaldun found himself in competition with Muhammad's vizier, Ibn al-Khatib, who viewed Ibn Khaldun's close relationship with the Sultan with suspicion. Ibn Khaldun aimed to shape Muhammad into his vision of a wise ruler, but Ibn al-Khatib saw this as foolish and potentially dangerous. Eventually, at Ibn al-Khatib's instigation, Ibn Khaldun was sent back to North Africa. Despite an attempt to mediate on behalf of his rival, Ibn Khaldun failed to save Ibn al-Khatib from being accused of unorthodox views and subsequently murdered. Ibn Khaldun's autobiography sheds little light on his conflict with Ibn al-Khatib, suggesting that he may have realized his misjudgment of Muhammad V. Back in Afriqiya, Ibn Khaldun found a warm reception from the Hafsid Sultan of Bougie, Abu Abdal, who had been his companion in prison. The Sultan's enthusiasm for Ibn Khaldun allowed him to continue his political journey in a new setting.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.